Everyone says that, hey, this is a marathon, not a sprint. But at the same time, a lot of those same people are saying, do as many reps as possible and like work for as long as possible and do as much work as possible. They're saying, hey, remember this is a marathon, but work like it's but work like it's a sprint. So sprint while you're on the marathon. It doesn't make any freaking sense. So hustle culture, the grind set mindset, hustle culture can be extremely toxic. Now, I'm not going to say that it is all the time, that it's 100% always toxic and that you shouldn't be hustling and trying to grind. Um, because it does serve its purpose. And this is just like my experience with this. It serves its purpose when using it correctly. And so and when you're using it for a specific reason. And so I'm just gonna share like some examples of what I mean by this. Right. Like right now I'm going to school full time. But I also still have my online business. I have my YouTube channel, mainly just doing affiliate marketing, selling other people's products. And so there's a lot of things that I'm like maintaining to do that, right? Like going to school full time. I'm in the parking lot for school right now. I'm having to like figure out when I can do certain things um, around my schedule. I have a community where I have some courses that are for free that teach affiliate marketing. I have an email list, so I'm following up with people. I'm writing emails. I'm making YouTube videos like this, and at the same time, I'm going to school full time. Now, if I was trying to learn how to do all this stuff, I've been doing this all that online marketing stuff for years. If I was trying to learn how to do all this stuff while going to school full time, doing homework assignments and all that, it would take me some time. It would take me a long time to really acquire the skills to be able to do that stuff. But I already have those skills. And the reason that I have them is because I grinded it out for a while and I went extra hard. Um, and I really hustled where that was like the only thing that I did for a period of some years. Where it's like I didn't have a full-time job. I was just doing online marketing and getting sales from that, and that's how I was like living, right? And so I did marketing, sales calls, email marketing, direct outreach, all this stuff for like 12 to 14 hours a day because I needed to pay the rent, right? And and so I grinded it out. And it was useful because it helped me acquire some skills. But after doing that like that for over a year, right? It was around 2 years. I realized that I can't just keep living my life like this because I wasn't going on vacations. I wasn't doing stuff for my own free time. And so this is what I mean. Everyone says that, hey, this is a marathon, not a sprint. But at the same time, a lot of those same people are saying, do as many reps as possible and like work for as long as possible and do as much work as possible. They're saying, "Hey, remember this is a marathon, but work like it's but work like it's a sprint. So sprint while you're on the marathon." It doesn't make any freaking sense. All right? Not in my opinion. It's okay when you're running a marathon to sprint for certain portions and then throttle back and jog at the pace that you're comfortable at. You run a marathon, you get to a downhill portion, might as well sprint. You're going downhill anyways, just sprint. Once you get to the bottom of that hill though, and you get to a flat part or you're about to go up an incline, throttle it back a little bit and just jog. Because what's more important it's more important to make sure that you finish the race, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, than to burn yourself out and not even cross the finish line. Now, if you're looking to acquire a skill really quickly, for whatever reason, for whatever goal that you have, then yeah, full on sprint that, like hustle, grindset mindset, all that stuff. Lock in, bro. Like, just like, yes. But this is what I would recommend, and this is what I do now. I do it for a predetermined amount of time. Before I even know that I'm about to sprint, I'm like, okay, you're about to sprint in this area. This is about to be a season of work, and that's okay. This is how long it's going to be a season of work for, regardless of the result. Like, this is how long I'm going to do this for, and then I'm going to reevaluate on this date. Here's a great example of this that I'm doing right now to really try to like cement this point in for you. So I've been on YouTube and making YouTube videos since like 2018 or 2019. So one of those years, that was like the first time I put up a video. Um, was never really consistent with the videos. I was doing a whole bunch of different editing styles. I would try to like make them hyper produced and hyper edited at first, even though I didn't have much to say because I didn't have that much experience with what I was talking about. I was really just learning this stuff and trying to make hyper produced videos, thinking that if I just put in all this work and do all this editing, then my videos are gonna pop off and go viral. Even though I made like 10 videos, it's like, dude, you have to get better, and you have to know more about what you're talking about. And so then I stopped making videos. I was really inconsistent, and this was in like the around 2020 when this was going on. Then in 2021, 2022, I started making videos more consistently. I relaxed on some of the editing because I knew how to do all this editing because I had kind of sprinted with my editing. But I realized I didn't need to do all that editing. I really just needed to be consistent. And so I started making a video. It's been one video every 2 weeks. Sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes it's one a week. Sometimes it's two in a week. But it's been every 2 weeks about a new video comes out, a long form video like this. And recently, just last week, I decided, like, hey, I want to see what happens when I upload a video every day for 90 days. Now that I have experience in the subject matter, mindset, sales, personal finance, I have experience. I have stuff that I know can help other people who are in the same spot that I used to be in. So, what happens when I deliver that experience every day for 90 days? That is a very intentional sprint. It's a very intentional sprint. And this video that I'm making right now is a part of that. That's why I'm like fitting it in while I'm in my car after class before driving home. Uh, and this is an example of how you set predetermined times for sprints. And after this, I probably won't continue uploading videos every day. Doesn't mean that I'm still going to be uploading videos at a consistent pace. I mean, really, it just depends on what happens in the 90 days. If I see that like there's been a ton of subscribers and revenue and everything has grown like crazy because of the 90 days, I might just continue doing it. Um, but I'll have to scale back on some other areas in my life if I do, because we only have so much time and attention. You can't sprint in all areas of your life at the same time. I don't care who you are, right? That's not a human, it's not a human thing. And so the people that are telling you to do that, like, I just be weary, you know? Look at the life that somebody has before you start taking advice from people. Look at the life that they have and decide if that's the life that you want. Like for me, it's like, yeah, my life isn't like the best. I mean, it's a great life. I love it. But when I compare it to other people's lives on social media, we all do this. I think, well, look what they have and all their stuff. But the reality is, I'm super content. It's like I have a decent car, I have a nice place to live, awesome relationship. Um, zeroing in on a job that I really love. I love accounting and finance, and that's why I'm doing it. And I get to serve and help other people in many ways, in sobriety, in just through doing this. This is why I still make YouTube videos, even though I'm not coaching people individually on sales and marketing anymore. Um, I still have a free community where I share everything that I used to charge for because it helps other people. But my life is just about helping others, and it makes me feel fulfilled. And so in doing that, I sprint in some areas sometimes. And really the sprint is so that I can get better. It's not for any other reason. And but then I throttle it back and I continue to jog because it's easy to throttle it back and keep running the marathon when the whole reason for the sprint is so that I can get better. And so when you see people talking about working 16, 24, 32 hours in a day on social media to be able to like hit their goals, now I take that with a grain of salt. I'm like, that sounds miserable. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't care what you achieved. Sounds like it sucks for me. And maybe you have a different opinion. Maybe you have a different viewpoint on that. But I guess the main thing here is to remember the life that you want to achieve, that you plan, and act in accordance with that. If you don't stay devoted to your plan, you will become a part of someone else's. Always. So keep the vision of what you want to achieve and work in accordance with that. Sometimes that requires sprints. Sometimes it requires for me to do that. Sometimes it requires me to be aware that, and recognize that it might be a season or a time to not sprint. This might be a season for me to enjoy the rewards from my previous sprinting, to just relax and chill. That's okay to do too. No one wants to talk about that on social media. It's all this, hey, this is how you get ahead, this is how you keep growing, and this is how you it's like, what about just living in the moment and realizing that everything's great right now and just taking a deep breath, grounding ourselves in the present and being grateful that we exist and that we can just do that. Sometimes, actually, I would debate most of the time, that's really what all this stuff is about. So, on your pursuit to success, happiness, fulfillment, whatever it is, don't forget to just stop and realize you already have it. You already have fulfillment if you let yourself. You already have the ability to be happy. It's not based off of some goal that you're trying to hit or something that you're trying to do or achieve. Those things are great because they keep us occupied. And as humans, we're wired to take action, but they're not required for fulfillment. We get to have that just by existing.